All right. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna show you a couple more tools as we go. So I'm going to let's delete this layer. We don't need this layer. We're going to basically do like a fill background kind of thing just to kind of get started. So I'm gonna hit empty, and I just want a white background. So I'm gonna take my fill bucket. I'm just going to click, boom. So there you go. So I have a full white background, and I want to lock that. And so let's see. So I'm going to go to my little three dots on the side, and I am going to click on lock. So that way I'm not going to like mess with this later. So let's drag it down. Let's see if we can drag it down, drag it down. It doesn't want to be dragged. It's probably because it's locked. So we'll drag everything else above it. I'm going to make another new layer and make an empty layer. And in this one, I am going to add a shape. Okay, remember you want to make things on multiple layers. So that way you can move stuff around, adjust it, that kind of stuff. So I'm going to make a shape. One of the things that's kind of important to know is that it's not, you can't really edit these shapes after the fact, right? So I couldn't change the stroke width or any of that stuff. And so it's important to kind of like realize that now. So I'm going to make a 0 stroke. Let's see, I'm going to make sure I leave my fill on. I want my fill to be like a greenish, bluish color. Let's do that color. Hit OK. And another thing that's important to kind of recognize as we go through this too is like how zoomed in and out am I, right? Because if I'm really far zoomed in and I make a little shape, it's going to be super small, right? So you kind of have to be kind of conscious about the size that you're using. So I'm going to make just kind of like a big rectangle shape, and that did not do what I wanted. And so I'm going to fill it in with the color that I actually want. There we go. Okay, so you notice that's on a totally separate layer, so we're good to go on that. Some other things in here, we have iDraw, or like a color picker. You can see it changes here. We have just some basic text stuff. And remember, we always want to do stuff on separate layers. So I'm going to go to plus. This time I'm going to add a text layer. And once again, we're a little limited with some of the stuff that we can do. These are just the fonts that we have, and that's okay. We'll make it work, right? Because that's what we do. And so I'm just going to add some text. Can I change the? I'm going to change the color of my text to, let's see, red. Maybe like that. I kind of like that color actually. So I'm going to hit OK, and let's do. Oh boy! All right. So let's delete that. Let's go to this one. Oh geez. All right. Let's see if it's gonna let me. There we go. Change it back to red. And there's gonna be a learning curve, man. I mean, that's just kind of how it is. Let's see. Oh boy. All right. Let's try that again. So we're here. It does not want to let's try it again. T for text. Do you want to add a new text layer? Sure. And we'll go, what should we do? Super pops. All right. Cool. So I'm going to delete this one because I don't really understand what happened there. And it's going to be painful at times, man. It's just going to be kind of how it is. And we're, like I said, we're doing our best, and we're going to kind of get through this. I believe, let's see, can we, oh yeah, we can change stuff still. Cool. And so, we're going to do our best. We're going to kind of play around with it and see what we can make out of this. And so, mess around. Oh, history. This is another kind of important thing too. So this is kind of your undo. So you can kind of look here and go backwards with this stuff as well. So yeah, that's kind of like the intro for this thing. There's not tons and tons and tons of options, but there's probably a lot more to it than I can show you as of right now. So let's just kind of get started and see what we can come up with, and we'll go from there. Check out the video on what the actual assignment is, but this is, I want you guys to kind of play around with this stuff and see what you can do. All right.